The storm had been dead for 3 hours when Marcus found the first body. His thermal scanner flickered against the white expanse of glacius. 7. Picking up a heat signature so faint he almost dismissed it as equipment malfunction. The mining colony's perimeter was supposed to be clear. Nothing survived outside the thermal shields during winter season. Nothing organic, anyway. The temperature had dropped to minus 60 Celsius overnight, and the wind had carved the snowdrifts into frozen waves that could swallow a transport whole. Marcus knelt beside the shape, brushing away ice crystals with his gloved hand. Blue skin. 4 arms. Definitely not human. His breath caught when he saw the circlet half buried in the snow beside her head. Platinum and something that shimmered like captured starlight. Royalty. He'd seen enough galactic news feeds to recognize Valorian nobility when he saw it. She wasn't breathing. He checked for a pulse at her throat, then her wrist, then where he thought her second heart might be based on the xenobiology courses he'd barely passed at the academy. Nothing. Her skin was ice against his glove, her lips already darkening to purple. Dead, probably for hours. He should call it in, let the colony administrators handle the diplomatic nightmare of finding alien royalty frozen on their doorstep. Then she gasped. The sound was so faint he almost missed it over the wind. Her chest rose fractionally, fell, didn't rise again. Marcus swore and started digging faster. Her breathing had stopped again, but that one breath meant cellular activity, meant biological function still trying to fire. His scanner showed another heat signature 3 meters away, even weaker than the first. Come on, he muttered, clearing snow from around the second body. Younger, smaller, same blue skin and 4 arms, same platinum circlet. Sisters, maybe. The younger one's eyes were open, staring at nothing, frost forming on her corneas. Marcus made a decision that would either save 2 lives or end his career. The emergency thermal pod in his pack was designed for one person, one human person. He'd used these things a dozen times during rescue operations, knew their limitations intimately. The power cell would keep the interior at survivable temperature for 6 hours, maybe 8 if he pushed it. 2 Valorian bodies would drain it faster. The colony was 45 minutes away on foot through the aftermath of the storm. He activated the pod anyway, watching it unfold into a silver cocoon barely large enough for the 2 aliens. Getting them inside was like maneuvering frozen statues. The older one's arm snapped at an unnatural angle when he lifted her. The younger one's head lolled back, exposing a throat so cold it felt like carved stone. The pod sealed with a hiss. Through the transparent panel, he watched ice crystals beginning to melt on their skin. Their bodies would thaw. Whether their organs would restart was another question entirely. Valorian physiology was notoriously complex. 3-chambered hearts, dual respiratory systems, neural networks that could shut down completely under extreme stress and reboot hours later. Or never. Marcus started walking, pulling the pod behind him on its emergency sled. The wind picked up again, throwing ice crystals into his face shield. His own thermal suit was rated for 12 hours in these conditions. That didn't account for the extra exertion of hauling 2 bodies in a pod that weighed at least 200 kilos across broken terrain. 20 minutes in, his legs started burning. 30 minutes, and his breathing came in harsh gasps that fogged his helmet. The colony lights appeared on the horizon, tiny pinpricks of gold against the endless white. So close. His scanner showed the pod's temperature holding steady at 2 degrees Celsius. Too cold for humans, potentially survivable for Valorines if their biology cooperated. Inside the pod, the older sister's eyes opened. Marcus saw it through the panel and nearly dropped the sled rope. Her eyes were silver, pupilless, tracking movement with an alertness that shouldn't be possible for someone who'd been clinically dead 10 minutes ago. She lifted one hand, the broken arm, pressed it against the transparent surface. Her mouth moved, forming words he couldn't hear through the pod's insulation. Then her hand dropped and her eyes closed again. No, stay with me, Marcus said, knowing she couldn't hear him. He pulled harder, ignoring the fire in his shoulders. The colony was 15 minutes away now, maybe less if he pushed through the pain. His thermal suit's power indicator blinked yellow. 10 hours remaining. Enough. It had to be enough. The younger sister convulsed. Her body arched in the pod, all 4 arms thrashing against the confined space. Seizure, maybe? Or her nervous system rebooting too quickly? The older one reached for her, moving with agonizing slowness, wrapping 2 arms around her sister's torso. Restraining her? Protecting her. Marcus watched through the panel as the older sister's mouth moved again, and this time he understood what she was saying even without sound. The shape of the words was universal, transcending language and species. Stay alive. Please stay alive.